These are my top 15 least favorite cards in Clash Royale. And number 15 is the Pekka. It's not necessarily the Pekka itself that makes me mad, but it's people that pair it with things like the Mega Knight or the Witch. That is just absolutely infuriating. And number 14 is the Dark Goblin. The Dark Goblin getting spammed at the bridge when I have 0 elixir and it taking 600 damage from my tower is so freaking annoying. At number 13 is the Evolved Recruits. These things just get plopped at the bridge and take both your towers. They're absolutely no skill and so easy to use. And number 12 is the Hog Rider. The Hog Rider just always gets spammed at the bridge and always seems to get a hit. And it also just never seems to fall out of the meta. Yes, it's annoying in 2.6, but it's far more annoying in mid-ladder. At number 11 is the Goblin Barrel. I absolutely hate when I already have used my log and I have 0 counters to the Goblin Barrel and it ends up getting 700 damage on my tower. At number 10 is the Giant Skeleton. This thing has never fit into any organized deck or in any meta, but thankfully this thing is fairly easy to deal with if you know what you're doing. At number 9 is the Mini Pekka. This thing moves so insanely fast and does so much damage, it's so hard to keep up with sometimes, but thankfully most of the time it's fairly easy to deal with. At number 8 is the Minion Horde. It's expensive and just not worth the cost, but for whatever reason, kids still seem to want to put it in their decks, but thankfully it's one of the least common in mid-ladder menaces. At number 7 is the Skarmy. It's cheap, but it is way too weak to spells. Unfortunately, it's just a part of the mid-ladder experience, so you're just going to want to use a small spell to get rid of them. At number 6 is the Wizard. Its zesty voice lines and its high damage are so dang annoying, but thankfully the Wizard is very vulnerable to spells, and it's just a terrible card that's not in the meta. But look who still uses it anyway. Entering our top 5, we have the newest card, the Boss Bandit. This thing has way too much health, and it has way too much damage. They need to nerf this thing immediately, because all of the mid-ladder kids are completely abusing this thing. And number 4 is the Ebarbs. The mid-ladder menaces just drain out all of your elixir, then spam Ebarbs and Rage at the bridge, and you just have to watch your tower fall to the ground. And just when you think they're out of elixir, nope, they just spam a pair of Ebarbs at the bridge. At number 3 is the Firecracker. For starters, her long projectile range and her long sight range are super annoying. But when you miss her with an arrows or a log and she knocks herself back, she is just completely unstoppable and so damn annoying. At number 2 is the Witch. Don't get me wrong, the Witch is absolutely awful, but when the mid-ladder metas plays her in the back and then just spams a Mega Knight in front of her at the bridge, it just seems absolutely impossible to stop because your opponent just seems to have unlimited elixir. And my least favorite card is the Mega Knight. No surprise, this thing is hated by so many people. And honestly, if they deleted this card entirely like the heal spell, I'd be very happy. What do you think of these rankings? Let me know in the comments and subscribe.